The good things, I thought our defense performed very well. I think if you go back, there's probably three plays that are really negatives in that performance. Offensively, just couldn't get in the rhythm. I think obviously penalties was a big Achilles heel for us on that side of the ball, and but. Was very thrilled about the way our kids stayed positive on the sideline when things weren't going our way and kept fighting and came back to win the game. And so, anytime, obviously you're excited about a win, but when you can win that way too, I think there's got to be a lot of benefits from it.
Talk about Tyrese and having him be basically the main guy now, and just talk about what he brings to the running back room for you guys.
Well, I mean, he's just dynamic, and the great things he can do multiple things. From catching the ball to running the ball, and I think there was a lot of times on Saturday that Western Oregon really played great defense. We thought he was pinned up, and he ended up getting 4 or 5 more yards on top of it. So, that's going to be one of our strengths. And obviously, my whole theory is we want to be able to run the ball because that'll open up a lot more things for us. And probably strayed away from it a little bit at times, just based on what they were giving us from a defensive standpoint. But I know that we're excited that Tyrese is in our backfield.
Coach, as a defensive guy, how nice was it? Just you had a great defense all along, but to see perform as it did in game number one, we'd love to see that.
Well, it was awesome to see, and obviously you got the known players with Marcus Jones having a great game and Hunter Kyle with the 2 picks, but from a defensive standpoint and coaching standpoint, that some things that showed up for us that we're really excited is Simon Maxey, who had the game-winning pick. Is a redshirt freshman for us, came in and did a great job filling in for Lady French, and then. Deshaun Douglas at the corner spot, other than, that one long pass, we thought he did a solid job. So we had some newcomers that we were not sure about that really stood out and made a great contribution on Saturday.
And Coach, talk about how Rotherham, redeemed himself from, started off a little shaky and then came on strong there at the end of it and led you to a victory.
Well, I think that shows, Charlie's character. He believes that he's the guy and should be, and he started off a little rusty, but first game jitters maybe, but stuck with it. Was great on our sideline when he wasn't in, and him and Payne both talked about what they were seeing out there to help each other out, and then to be able to lead our team down the field for that game-winning score was huge, and huge for his confidence and our teams, and you just look for Charlie to continue to improve.
Getting back to Payne, how great was it for him to get experience in that first game?
Well, I think it was huge, and Payne's got a lot of confidence in his ability. For him not to really see some game action in a while, it's been good to see him go out there and handle the pressure well, and made some great throws. Obviously, he had 2 turnovers that he'd love to have back, but we feel confident about in Payne's ability and what he can do for our team.
Coach, talk about this big match on Saturday. There's a lot of storylines between you and Coach, and obviously the schools as well. Just talk about this game.
Well, I mean, I think it's great for everybody. Obviously, it was at one point was a huge rival in the Lone Star Conference, and to be able to kind of renew that for at least this one year is huge for our fans. We got a lot of kids on our team that really don't know much about it or even here with the last time we played. So. From that standpoint, it's exciting. It's exciting for our kids because we're playing a D1 school, and then, obviously my relationship with Coach Dorrell and a couple other guys on staff is it's going to make it for a fun game, and excited to see those guys and play against them.
And Coach, was that the biggest reason as to why this matchup came to fruition? You and the relationship the head coach have, or was it more than that?
Oh, I don't know. I just know that Coach Reed, our athletic director, came to me and asked if we wanted to play, and I said, sure, sounds like a great idea. So I don't know if that helped. I would like to think it did, but it's going to be a fun game. They're going to have a great crowd first home game, and I think we'll travel very well with our fans. And so for our kids to play in that type of atmosphere, in that setting, is going to be a fun game.
Run defense really shutout in the last game, and you're obviously going to have your hands full with whatever ACU presents, especially Billy McCrary. If you saw that Baylor
Yep.
game, I'm pretty sure you did. Just talk about the challenges they present from a run standpoint.
Well, they got two really good backs, and they do a lot of different things formation-wise to try to kind of get you out leveraged. So our kids have got to be able to adjust to that, and we got to be great tacklers, and that's something that I was very pleased that we did this past Saturday against Western Oregon. So in space, we got to be great tacklers. We understand the big play making ability that especially McCrary has when he gets to the edge. We saw that. So our kids got to do a great job understanding leverage and where they got to kind of force things to go and be great tacklers in open space.
Coach, talk about the quarterback with Anthony. What do you expect from him? Obviously, he showed his points Baylor program when he was out there. Just talk about what you expected from him facing him.
Well, he's done an unbelievable job, and to play in that type of setting and to make some of the throws that he did is huge. And so we know that we got to find a way to put pressure in his face and kind of force some of those errant throws. But our guys on the back end have got to do a great job keeping everything in front and not give those easy scores. And so he's a smart kid, very headsy, and he understands what he's got to do with the ball. And so it'll be a great matchup for us, and I'm fired up to be there.
And Coach, talk about your receiving core this past week, the job that they did, and how big of a factor they're going to have to be for you this week.
Well, they did an unbelievable job for us. We know that that ACU has really put an emphasis on stopping the run, and so just have a feeling that that's going to be part of their game plan on Saturday to really kind of force us to win through the air. And but we have some great guys out there on the edges that can catch the ball and do some great things with the ball in their hands. And so I know our kids are excited about that challenge, and but we got to be smart and understand that we can't force those throws. Even though we have a lot of confidence in our receivers, we got to kind of take what they give us and trust that our guys are going to make plays.
During media day back in July, asked about like a two-quarterback system. You said it could be a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still feel the same way moving forward, or do you still look for one guy to emerge at some point?
Well, I think you could go either way. We have confidence in both those guys. For us, I think it's going to be, if whichever one starts the game, if he's got a hot hand right away, obviously we're not going to pull him. So I think we'll kind of see how the game plays out and go from there.
You get back to Saturday, do you feel like all the pressure's on them, D1 team coming off the loss? I mean, obviously a lot of people weren't expecting them to beat Baylor.
Right.
But, I mean, it seems like a win-win situation for you if you go in and represent yourself well. I know you want to win in this one.
Yeah, I know, no doubt. But I think you got to ask. You can go ask Kansas if the pressure was on them to beat Nichols State this past weekend. But I would think so. Anytime that you're upper level school and you're playing a school below you from a standing kind of lack of scholarships and other things, I think that you're expected to win. But our kids are fired up and really believe that if they go out, then we have a chance to compete with those guys. And so that's we're not going in thinking we're going to lose or anything like that. Our kids are confident we'll go out there and give them everything we got and see what happens.